to do things a little bit differently. Normally, if I was there, we would get on the computers and get a little bit of messing around in there. But since I'm not there, makes it kind of difficult to have you guys working on the computers. So I apologize for that because it's something I like to get students to do for phase one, just kind of messing around, usually with Adobe Illustrator. I hope you decide to join us for phase two when we get into doing some design, doing some illustration, creating t-shirts, just a few different projects that are, I think, a lot of fun. But I got a little something different for you guys. So what I'm actually going to do is have you mess around with a project that is actually a real freshman assignment. So this is our curriculum website, and this is where students get all of their work and all of their assignments, every single thing that the students need. So for instance, this is week 1 and 2. This is what my sophomores just wrapped up. This is their digital illustration project, and you can see that everything that they need is here in this particular page. So this is where they go, all of our students, to get every bit of information that they need for their assignments. This makes it really easy. Students have one place to go, and they can find everything they possibly need. Again, this helps students in class, helps students out of class, it helps students trying to catch up, it helps students who are falling behind. It's just a great way to kind of keep everything in one place. Also helps teachers since we can keep everything kind of together. But I wanted to mess around with the last project that students will actually do as freshmen, and that's an illustrated alphabet. So this is just the project for my students, the design students. You're not going to have to worry about any of this, but just to kind of show you what some of the students have come up with and what, if you decide to join our shop, you would actually be working on as a design student. So you're going to get a little kickstart in that for those of you that are interested in this. Those of you that aren't, it's going to be simple. It's going to be fun. It's just simply doodling and drawing. That's really all you're going to do today. I hope you can handle that. It's not bad at all. Like I like to tell students, even when I'm there, that this exploratory is basically the equivalent of me giving you crayons. Now, you're just going to work in pencil and paper. You're going to get some paper handed out to you. You're going to get a sheet handed out to you that's going to explain to you exactly what the assignment is, exactly what you have to do, but I'll go over it as well. All right, so here's some examples of some work that has been done before, just to give you an idea. So this is kind of what you'll do, just black and white pencil. Okay. Step 1 in this process is going to be to choose your theme. So you want to decide on what your theme is. You know, is it going to be fruit? Is it going to be animals? Is it going to be clocks? Is it going to be lines? Is it going to be shadows? What's it going to be? You know, if you're not an incredible illustrator or incredible drawer, pick something simple. You can still have a simple idea and have the letters be creative. You can have a lot of fun with this. All right, so this is just food. I don't think it's that incredibly crazy of a drawing. This is something one of the freshmen did last year for our remote assignments. So I think really, honestly, anybody could draw something like this. This isn't too difficult. And think about those things. Think about something easy for you to draw, something that you would be able to accomplish, okay? So that's step 1, is to kind of, what you're going to do is come up with your theme. Once you've got your theme, all right, step 2 is going to be that you're going to come up with kind of light drawings. So what I want you to do is draw the letters out, all right, A through Z, kind of figure out how you're going to do them, but draw them really lightly with pencil. And that way, if you have to go back and erase it or make changes, you can do it a lot easier. We've got extra erasers for you, so if you kill your eraser on your pencil, let the teacher know who's in the classroom, and I've got a box of erasers sitting right there on my desk for you that you can grab, okay? But step 2 would be to draw them out, figure out how they're going to look. Okay, again, here's another simple example. I don't think this is anything that you know is professional art. I think it's something that's kind of fun and simple and doodly and kind of creative. And that's kind of what's fun about it, is the creativity. And when you have a theme, you got to carry your theme through every single letter. All right. So draw it very lightly, draw it very plainly, very simple. Okay. Step 3 is going to go through and you're going to go back and you're going to draw over them darker. So now you start to kind of finalize those lines. You could erase any light lines you don't want. All right, that leaves you with just clean, simple, done lines, nice and dark. You could also, if you really wanted to get into it, this is where you could add some shadow or some shading or some more detail to it. Really, it's kind of be up to you. I'm not expecting professional illustrations. Don't get me wrong here, but I want to see you put some good effort. I want to see what kind of creativity you have. That's going to really help me see what kind of student you would be here. Okay. These are some more professional looking pieces. All right, these are either, this looks like it was probably done by hand, all right, maybe initially, and then started in the computer. So these types of illustrations, these students didn't get a chance to put them on the computer. But normally in this situation, they would take these illustrations and they would scan them in and they'd bring them into the computer and then they'd finish them on the computer, which would give them a much cleaner, simpler look. Okay. that is part of their assignment. They do have to finish the piece in the computer. Here's another cute one, just simple, okay? Little characters. You can see how easily those are drawn, all right? This is something a little bit more innate. Again, this is crazy detail. You won't have enough time to do this. If you have like 5 letters that look like this, you need to be in this class. But just another really cool illustration. All right. So that's the step there. So once you've drawn through and kind of darkened it and erased the lines you don't want and kind of cleaned it up, made it look nice, really all you have to do at that point is put your name somewhere on the piece of paper when you're done, or at the end of the day, get as far along as you can. Okay. And then at the end of the day, you're going to sign your piece of paper. You're also going to fill out the form that the teacher's going to hand out with your name, your theme, and your group number. And that piece of paper is going to go with your alphabet drawing. And that's how I'm going to grade you. That's how I'm going to give some of your points, okay? Along with the teacher checking to see if you've got all of the gear you're supposed to have, okay? And then, that includes your, obviously closed-toed shoes, pants, no shorts, your exploratory shirt, your glasses, and your exploratory notebook. You won't need your glasses in class, but we do have to check every single time that you have them, okay? Here's another really cool one. You could do something like this, where you could start the letters as shapes and then draw inside them if you'd like. This is always a cool way to go. This makes it simple for you because you just have the simple shapes, okay? Or again, you could go back to something like this where the alphabets themselves, the letters are the shapes. Either one is perfectly acceptable. This is really cool. These are all really cool solutions to these, but this is kind of neat. So they just draw the shape. So you have all the letters, you get them all drawn out, and you're like, all right, now I just got to fill them in with something. And that would be another cool way to do it. Again, what's really neat about this assignment, one of the reasons I give it every year to the freshmen, is it really allows for a lot of creativity in the solution. Everybody always does it differently. And these are some of my favorite pieces. So this is something you could start now, and then you could, if you decide to join our shop, you might actually have a head start on the project later on in the process, and that's not a bad thing to have. It's a 3-week project that I give the students. They're usually the last project they do freshman year. You'll notice weeks 5, 6, and 7. We spent a lot of time on it, a lot of detail, because we really want it to look good. And as I said, these that right here have all started hand drawn and then were brought into the computer and then finished in the computer. And you can see all the different themes. I showed this one here because this was done by a student whose name was Lucas, and Lucas actually joined us. So I used to do these with my juniors. He actually joined us late and came in as a junior to Cape Tech. And he, within a couple weeks, was able to do this project because, again, it's how do you solve the problem? And so he solved it just by using simple illustrations. He started with a font, typed it out, and then drew over them. All right. So, and Halloween is always just really cool. So, there's some really cool solutions, but that's really what I'm looking for you guys to mess around with today. This one down here actually won a Boston Globe Scholastic Art Award. We turned them into posters. They're really great portfolio pieces. Again, so I'm not expecting you to have professional illustration skills like this at all. I don't want it to be something that you stress out about. I'm sure all of you are sitting there watching the video that was just played and you were doodling and kind of drawing on something. That's what this can be. It can be a doodle, all right? But it just has to have a theme to it, and it has to be an alphabet. So do the best that you can, all right? Kind of work on it throughout the time that you have. Believe it or not, between the videos and the mass breaks, you're not going to have too much time, an hour and a half, couple hours to work on this, which should be more than enough time to kind of come up with something. All right. Other than that, good luck. All right. And as soon as I get back and I talk to the substitute and take a look at notes, I will get your points loaded in. Okay. Thank you very much.